Alright, so what you got here is one of my colonies that was over at a neighbor's house. I've been really good about inspecting my colonies, but I let this one go for about 3 weeks, and it's always been kind of funky. This colony came out of the mean, what I would call Africanized hive. I requeened it. I put a Saskatraz queen in, and within like a week they tried to supersede her. Even at one point it looked like they were going to swarm, but they were also kind of close to honeybound. So since I have found a supersedure cell in there, she never really took off real well in there with these guys. And then I went in the other day, last week, and she had laid up a couple of frames, and you know, not a bad laying pattern or anything of that nature. It looked pretty decent. So I just didn't know if she was, I just don't know if she didn't click with these bees or what. There's still some meanies in this colony as well, but she had 2 frames of brood in there. But that colony, which was a single split, it was a split when it had been requeened multiple times, or attempted requeen multiple times. Anyhow, it was a split. It was in one deep box and a super, and it was full. Both were full. I didn't put a deep on because I didn't think they had time to fill up a deep completely. And I had a super on there, and they were doing a pretty good job at filling it up with honey. And then I went in there the other day, and they have no stores whatsoever in here. And they're down to about four frames of bees, 4 or 5 frames of bees. And I took them out of the single deep, and I thought if I put them in a nucleus configuration that I might be able to get her to draw out some more frames. There's 4 empty frames in there of comb, and they need to put some stores away or they're in trouble. I am going to borrow some mediums from another colony I have which has some excess, and I'm going to add that to this colony. But this colony's in trouble, and if I had to guess right now, they're not going to make it through winter. But I have what I think is probably a month where I can really baby them, and I'm going to try to document all of it and see if I can't, you know, save them. They don't have hardly any honey stores whatsoever, maybe 2 or 3 frames up in this medium. So what I'm going to do right now is, if I can get them to multiply and fill up that bottom box, and if she starts laying in here in the next week or 2, and I don't think the odds are great for that, but she did just start laying. She laid kind of late. But if she does, then I'll leave 2 boxes, 2 deeps and a medium on top. But I know that at any time, if they only fill up 1 box, you know, and I would be happy with that if they could fill up the 1 box, then I'll overwinter it in this configuration. What I'll do is I'll overwinter it in 1 deep, and I'll have a medium full of honey, and just keep feeding them. So as of right now, I got this little feeder on here, and they've been here for about 36 hours, and they really have not touched this. They are down here, over by the vent, desperately trying to get out, as you can see. So they've been moved about 1.5 miles, and I'm gonna try to let them out now and see if I can't get them working. The other thing that I should probably add is when I was in there last week, I saw the queen. When I went in there to gather them up on Friday or Thursday evening, they were not, I could not find the queen, but I did not spend a ton of time looking for her. My goal then was to switch them over to this configuration out of a deep and see if I just can't encourage, by going vertical, encourage her to lay. Maybe she just, you know, whatever, I have no idea. The other thing that I had a problem with is the other location. I had them on a fence row that was to the south, and I had it so close to the fence road that basically they weren't getting any direct sun at all. So in this location here, even though there's no sun in the morning because I live in a valley, the sun is back over here, they will have sun all day long. So they'll get a good 6 to 8 hours of sun, direct sun in this location. And I'm probably even thinking I might wrap this colony up with some black tar and warm it up a little bit earlier than normal, maybe even insulate it, just to see if I can't help them. I have a lower entrance down here, right there, and I've opened it up just enough that I can fit my oxalic acid vaporizer in there if I need to. I haven't checked them recently. They did not have a terribly high mite count before I treated them. I think they were at 1%. And so I don't think their issue was mites. I think they were just, I think they just had some Africanized bees. This colony came from the south. And anyway, so, I mean, they even got me through the leather gloves the other night. And my hand was swelled up and everything. So, you know, they're tough. But I want to give this queen, I want to give everything I can to try to get this queen through winter. I don't have the option. I don't feel good right now about the option of combine. I only have 3 other colonies. One is in a single deep. It's a very strong colony. It's in a single deep with a medium super and another maybe 1/4 drawn medium super on top. The flow's probably over here. The only thing we have going on now is asters, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So I'm going to steal stuff from that second medium super and put it in this one here to help it out. My other colonies are in a double nuke setup, double nucleus colony. I don't want to compromise either of them to try to help this colony out. If I had 10 or 20 colonies, it would be no problem, I think, to help them out. But I'm not. I guess my point right here is I want to give this queen a chance, but I'm not comfortable enough to invest a ton in her. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I know that's a lot of talk, but just wanted to give you the background on this one. So the goal here is saving this queen. God save the queen, right? So say a little prayer for her and for this little colony, and hopefully I can get it through the winter. Now at this point, what I'm going to do is open it up. They've been in here for 36 hours. I want them to reorientate to this location. So I'm going to brush the front entrance up. Something I like to do. I don't know if it works or not, but I'm going to put a bunch of brush in front of the entrance so that they're hindered in getting out without some work. And then that'll help them reorientate. I can come back the next day, remove the brush. They should be good to go. So that's it. Anyway, hope you follow along. And next step is to let them out of the box. Take care.